Our first speaker is from the Social Security System. Now, under the Republic Act number 8282, Social Security Law, SSS, also known as a Social Security System, is a policy of the state to establish, develop, and promote sound and viable tax-exempt social security systems suitable to the needs of the people throughout the Philippines, which shall promote social justice and provide meaningful protection to members and their beneficiaries against the hazards of disability, sickness, maternity, old age, death, and other contingencies resulting in loss of income and financial burden. Towards the end, the state shall endeavor to extend social security protection to workers and their beneficiaries. Let us welcome from SSS, the Acting Senior Communications Analyst from SSS Member Education Department, Mr. Forty T. Remandem. Mr.
Thank you so
Forty.
much, Sir Aldrin. Maraming salamat po. Again, thank you so much for the warm welcome. And we're so honored here to join this webinar session para sa mga employees ninyo. No? Now, before I share my presentation, let me just turn on my video para makita nyo naman ako, magpakita naman ako ng saglit. Baka sabihin nyo kasi ni-recorded. Hi, good afternoon. Again, my name is Forty Remandaman from the Member Education Department, and I will be your speaker this afternoon. However, I might turn off my video as I start my presentation since I'm using my mobile data. Wala akong internet ngayon, wala akong Wi-Fi, but I hope na maging matapos pa rin natin to, di ba? At the end of the session, we'll be able to meet all our expectations and we could clarify concerns or questions regarding the topic that I'm going to present. Okay, so later on, mamaya then during our Q&A, I believe we will have time for our Q&A. I'll be turning on my video once again. So, ayan, thank you. I'll be sharing my presentation now for now. Thank you. Ayan. I hope it's visible, Sir Aldrin. Can you confirm, please, if it's visible on your
Yes, it
end?
is, sir.
Thank you so much. So, ayan. Again, my name is Forty Remandaman from the Member Education Department, and I will be your speaker this afternoon, and we'll be discussing about the Social Security benefits and your privileges as well. Ayan, so lahat. I'll be discussing ano yung mga filing process, especially during this time of pandemic. If we have extensions on the period of filing, as well as updates, ano mga electronic services that we have for you to maximize your transaction with us. Yan. And before before we head on to the benefits, no, let us define first ano nga bang Social Security. Diba? What is its essence? Now, Social Security, by definition, it is the protection that society gives its members against the economic and social distresses caused by the following contingencies. And these contingencies, these are the benefits being offered by SSS. Right now, we have like 7 benefits. Latest addition to the family of benefits is the unemployment benefit. Ayan. So 7 benefits na po ito lahat. Just take note, as mentioned din sa introduction ni Sir Aldrin, no, the idea of SSS providing us benefit is whenever there is a loss of income on our part. Nawalan tayo ng kita, for example, dahil tayo nagkasakit. Okay? Female member gave birth, nagkaroon ng miscarriage or emergency termination of pregnancy. Nawalan ng trabaho for an employment benefit. Nabalda for disability, retirement due to old age, and death. So these are the times or contingencies na maaari tayong makuha or SSS will provide benefits to its members, provided, however, that we've met each qualifying conditions. So mamaya I'll be discussing kanya-kanya yung mga eligibility requirements, no, para aware tayo kung we are really like qualified for this benefit that we're going to apply or to claim. Now, also, I would like to explain this. Effective January of 2021, as you have noticed, we've changed our contribution rate. Okay, from 12%, it now became 13%, 1% addition to the contribution rate, effective January of 2021. Now, if you are an employed member, lucky enough, because there's a sharing of contributions, no. If you would notice, Employee share is 4.5%, while for employer share, that will be 8.5%, almost double yung share ni employer. However, if you are an individually paying member, like a self-employed, wala kang employer maliban sa sarili ninyo, okay? For example, you have a business or voluntary member. Nagpatuloy ka ng contribution, mas voluntary member. Or non-working spouse, sila yung mga fully devoted din sa management ng household. Walang time para makapagnegosyo, makapagtrabaho. Ayan. But legally married to a working spouse, they can be a non-working spouse member of SSS. And since wala silang employer, wala tayong ka-share. So, shoulder nila yung 13% na contribution rate natin. And also, we've also changed our amount of premiums. No? Our minimum now is 390 with a maximum amount of 3,250. For the monthly salary credit, the minimum now is 3,000 and a maximum of 25,000. Now, don't be confused, though this is the maximum monthly salary credit. If we're going to determine your amount of benefit pagdating sa regular SSS program, like yung mga benefits presented earlier, yung 7 benefits, computation natin will still be maxed at 20,000 monthly salary credit. Yung purpose kasi exceeding 20,000 na monthly salary credit is to determine if you have or if you will qualify para magkaroon ng contribution under the Mandatory Provident Fund or the WISP, Workers Investment and Savings Program. Now, some of you might be asking, what is this monthly salary credit? Ano nga ba itong monthly salary credit? Now, ang monthly salary credit, ito po yung ginagamit ni SSS in computing your amount of benefit. Let's say, for example, if you're paying the minimum amount, which is 390, pag nag-file kayo ng sickness benefit or maternity benefit, other benefit, hindi 390 yung ginagamit natin sa pag-compute. It will always be the monthly salary credit. And in this case, that will be 3,000. Diba? So dito pa lang, hindi na tayo lugi kasi mas malaki hamak yung basis natin yung ng computation in this form of monthly salary credit or MSC. Yan. Then, I've mentioned about the Workers Investment and Savings Program or the MPF. Since nagbago yung contribution rate natin, we've also introduced this one effective January of 2021. Okay, kasabay ng pagbabago ng contribution rate natin. Mas nauna natin ito nakilala as Mandatory Provident Fund. Now, its official product name is Workers Investment and Savings Program or WISP. Now, what is this program? Okay, it aims to provide SSS members a convenient and tax-free, like any other benefit being offered by SSS, lahat naman po yun tax-free. Okay? It is a tax-free savings scheme for payment of benefits sa members natin or their beneficiaries in addition to the benefits provided under the RA 11199 or the Social Security Act of 2018. So how does this program works? Since bago naman to, some of you might not have an idea yet. Ang alam lang natin, una, ito, tax-free nga siya. Diba? Now, though it was made mandatory, kasi diba, yun yung unang introduction natin dito, a mandatory provident fund, not all will have a contribution under this program. Magkakaroon tayo ng contribution for WISP whenever our monthly gross income is from 20,000 to 50 pataas. Okay? 20,000 to 50 pataas. Okay, that's the time na magkakaroon tayo ng WISP contribution natin. And based on your monthly gross income po, hindi yung net earnings. Based on your gross income, monthly gross income, i-determine natin, based on this table, how much will be your contribution. Yan. So let's say, for example, last month, your monthly gross income was 20,600. So dito siya na-range. Pasok. Okay? 20,600. Pasensya nyo na po yung pag-shade. Ayan. So the minimum amount or the equivalent contribution amount for your WISP, okay, for your MPF is 65 pesos. Yan. Now, good thing about this program is meron pa ding employer share. Okay? Employers still helping us to save for our future. Kung mapapansin natin sa table, based on this total amount of contribution for this range of compensation, okay, we have an ER share. ER stands for employer. EE is for employee. So out of that 65 pesos, the employee share would be 22 pesos and 50 cents, while employer would be 42 pesos and 50 cents. And again, depending on your monthly gross income, titignan natin kung magkano. If you're earning like monthly gross income ninyo is 50,000, sana all. Diba? So, ditong range kayo, ayan, 50,000 kasi over na siya. So, total amount of contribution for WISP is 650 pesos. This is actually the maximum amount. And your share as an employee is 225 on top of your contribution under the regular SSS program. While employer share would be 425 pesos. Now, how do we go about the enrollment of this program? Let's say, for example, yes, I'm earning like 20,000 to 50 and above yung monthly gross income ko. How do we enroll in this program? Enrollment for this program is automatic. Okay, automatic na siya. You don't need to accomplish a separate form for you to be enrolled in this program as long as your monthly gross income is from 20,000 to 50 automatic for that specific or certain applicable month, magkakaroon kayo ng deduction for the WISP. Okay? Now, uh, for this program, let's say for example, I've been contributing na for years and meron na akong malaking contributions under this program, no? Can I at any time withdraw my contributions under WISP? Well, for this program, there is no early withdrawal of contributions since this is intended for your long-term benefit needs. Okay? Yung pangmatagalan na pangangailangan. And when we say long-term benefit needs, kailan nga natin ito ma-avail? Sakali, yung contributions natin and earnings natin dito sa WISP, no? Yan. You will enjoy, okay, your contributions plus earnings alongside your final benefit under SSS. And what are those benefits we considered as final benefit or final claims? Retirement, total disability, or death benefit, whichever comes first. So pang long term tong savings natin na to. Diba? So pagdating ng panahon, for example, if you have now a retirement benefit, you will also receive another benefit from your WISP, your contributions and your earnings. So maring dalawa yung benefit ninyo during your final claim or final benefit under SSS. Again, that's retirement benefit, total disability or death benefit, whichever comes first. So wala tayong early withdrawal. Pang long-term benefit needs ito. Now, how do we go about the filing? Sorry. How do we go about the filing for this? Paano namin i-claim naman yung contributions plus itong ang earnings na sinasabi natin, no? Now, pagdating sa application for your WISP benefit, filing is also automatic. You don't need to accomplish a separate form on top of your retirement application. Once kasi na-approve na yung retirement benefit ninyo, automatic na namin yan ipaprocess yung inyong benefit under WISP. Okay? So automatic enrollment, no early withdrawal contribution though, since this is intended for your long-term benefit needs, pang retirement, total disability, or death benefit, whichever comes first, and application is also automatic. As long as one of those final claims has already been approved by SSS, automatic na po kami na magpa-process. Now, will we be able to see yung contributions namin and earnings? Yes, it will be available on your online account. So make sure to register on our website, create a my.sss account for you to view your contributions and earnings. It will be under inquiry and then contributions. There will be a separate tab for WISP. You can monitor there your contributions as well as the earnings. Ayan. Now, isa pa po na important feature that we would like to share to you about this program is we have what we call a principal preservation. Okay? So your principal will always be protected under this program. For example, if you have a total accumulated value contributions, sabihin natin contributions or principal amount, no? Meron na kayong total na 2 million. Okay? Whatever happens kay SSS, yung total contributions ninyo amounting to 2 million, siguradong makukuha nyo pa rin yun in full. Ganun siya ka-safe. Okay? So your principal will always be protected. Yan. Ganun siya ka-safe again. So ulitin ko lang, enrollment is automatic. No early withdrawal since this is intended for your long-term benefit needs. Application also is automatic and your principal will always be protected. And those earnings or merong monthly gross income from 20,000 to 50, sila po ang magko-qualify for this program. Yan. Now, let us proceed with yung SSS benefits na. And I hope na okay lang po yung pacing ng ating discussion. I'm not going too fast due to limited time din. Okay lang po ba? Can I get at least a thumbs up kung okay naman, nakakasunod or
Yes, sir.
mabilis na? Thank you so much, Sir Adrian, for confirming. Kasi alam ko sa sarili ko, mabilis ako magsalita. Just call my attention if I'm going too fast with the discussion. So, for the benefits of under SSS, again, ang idea is whenever there's a loss of income on our part. First benefit is the unemployment benefit. It is a cash benefit granted to members who are involuntarily separated from employment. So yung keywords natin dito, involuntarily separated. Ibig sabihin, it should never be your fault or walang negligence sa part ninyo kung bakit kayo nawalan ng trabaho. Hindi pwede sa unemployment benefit, hindi pwede mga break-up lines natin, no? Na it's not you, it's me. Hindi pwede for unemployment benefit. It should be, it's you, di ba? It's not me, it's you para sa unemployment benefit. Kasi again, if you're at fault, kung bakit kayo na-terminate or nawalan ng trabaho, like kung nag-resign ka man sa company mo, that's voluntary. So hindi siya pwede for unemployment benefit. It must be involuntary yung separation ninyo from employment. So ano ba yung mga qualifying conditions pa natin? Not over 60 years old. Okay? Not over 60 years old. And maliban lang pag mine worker resource jockey. This is actually in line with the retirement age. Okay? Pagdating kasi kay SSS, wala tayong double compensation. And alam natin, if you're already 60 years old, we can now file for our retirement benefit. Okay? And then, kung qualified na kayo doon, yun ay bibigay nating benefit. One benefit at a time lamang po. Wala tayong double compensation. So, later on, I'll be discussing about the retirement age pa sa mismong retirement benefit natin. Pagdating sa contribution, okay, minimum of at least 36 months. 12 months doon dapat updated within the 18-month period bago yung month kung kailan kayo nawalan ng trabaho. For example, if you would be involuntarily separated this month of August, as of July, dapat meron na tayong 36 months. And from July, going backwards, count tayo ng 18 months. Within that period, a year and a half, no? Meron tayong 12 months na contributions, not necessarily consecutive, kahit hindi sila magkakatabi. Kahit galing sa ibang kumpanya, kahit as voluntary, okay lang. Basta merong updated na 12 months and at least total of 36 months, contribution-wise, you would qualify for unemployment benefit. Third, has no settled unemployment benefit within the last 3 years prior to the date of involuntary separation. So ito naman, itong eligibility na to, this also imposes a limitation. So ibig sabihin dito, you can only avail of this unemployment benefit once every 3 years kung meron ka ng naunang na-approve na unemployment benefit. Okay? So once every 3 years from your previously settled unemployment benefit. For example, nabigyan ka ng unemployment benefit this August of 2021. So for the next 3 years, kahit valid yung reason, hindi ka makakapag-claim pa din ng unemployment benefit para marireset yung eligibility ninyo after 3 years. Yun. Then, again, ang idea, separation did not arise from employee's fault or negligence. So ano ba yung mga sample reasons na pwede for unemployment benefit, no, for our member to qualify? Actually, this is also in line with the just causes under Article 298 and Article 299 of the Labor Code of the Philippines. Nakalagay doon yung mga installation of labor-saving devices, redundancy, retrenchment or downsizing, cessation of operation of business or closure ng mismong business. Ayun. So yung naman, again, hindi mo control, hindi mo kasalanan, at walang negligence sa part ninyo kung bakit ka na-terminate or nawala ng trabaho. However, if you will be terminated due to serious misconduct, for example, hindi mo sinusunod yung company policies. Though ayaw mo mawala ng trabaho, you've been terminated, no? Sad. Pero hindi ka pwede for unemployment benefit kasi it's your fault. kung bakit. Dapat involuntarily separated. Okay? And it should never be your fault at walang negligence on your part for you to qualify for this benefit. Now, yung application natin dito for an employment benefit is strictly online. Okay? Hindi nyo na kailangan pumunta sa SS office through Dropbox. Strictly online po yung application natin. Ayan. And what are the documentary requirements needed? We want a notice of termination from your previous employer. Kung nagsara na yung business, you cannot secure this one. Pwede naman duly notarized affidavit of termination of employment and a certification from DOLE. Yan. Pag naging successful yung online submission ninyo, you will receive this email notification containing your reference number. Tapos dito tayo magre-reply, i-attach natin yung documents needed. Yan. Just make sure na naka-JPEG siya, PDF, and maximum file size is 1 MB. Yan. Strictly online po. We would not accommodate applications through the Dropbox or even over the counter sa mga branches natin. Now, how long can we file for this unemployment benefit? Gaano ba katagal ang prescriptive period of filing niya? For this unemployment benefit, the prescriptive period of filing is within 1 year. Okay? Sa loob ng isang taon, pwede niyong ipasa ang inyong unemployment benefit from the date of your involuntary separation. So no need to rush. Kung hindi niyo pa makuha agad yung certification from DOLE or from your previous employer, okay lang naman, you still have 1 year, within 1 year to file. Okay? From the date of involuntary separation. Yan. So that's our first benefit. Second is the sickness benefit. So ito siguro ngayon yung ayaw sana nating ma-avail, no? Kasi ang hirap magkasakit sa panahon ngayon. But hindi maiwasan, we have this sickness benefit as a daily cash allowance paid to a member for the number of days he or she is unable to work dahil naman sa nagkasakit, nagkaroon ng accident, na injury, yun. Basta hindi nakapagtrabaho due to illness, sickness, or injury. Now, ano ba yung mga qualifying conditions for this one? Confined for at least 4 days or nagkasakit ng hindi bababa sa 4 na araw. Continuous 4 days. Tuloy-tuloy na 4 na araw. So even if you've been sick for like 4 days, inclusive of weekends and holidays, counted pa rin yun. It's okay. Kasi hindi naman pwedeng pagpahingin yung sakit, di ba, na weekends. Balik na lang sa Monday kasi baka hindi ma-count. Diba? Kasi hindi siya working days. No? Calendar days yung kinoconsider natin dito. And don't be bothered with the word confined kasi meron naman tayong dalawang klase ng confinement. Home confinement and hospital confinement. Yan. So kahit outpatient kayo, can still claim for sickness benefit. Provided, again, minimum of 4 days and confirmed yung illness supported by a medical certificate from your attending physician. Now, majority of the questions right now, napapanahon, no? Kung naging COVID positive, pwede ba siyang i-claim for sickness benefit? Yes. It can be filed under sickness benefit. Aside from the medical certificate and then the notification form, we would require a positive result from RT-PCR test or yung swab test or positive result ng antigen saliva test. Pwede. Pero another question is, what if pinag-home quarantine dahil due to exposure of a COVID positive patient? But after quarantine, no, luckily, negative siya sa swab. Pwede bang i-claim yon for sickness benefit? Okay? So again, pinag-home quarantine dahil sa exposure, pero negative, thank God, na negative naman yung result. Okay? Then, pwede bang i-claim yon for sickness benefit? Unfortunately, hindi. Kasi again, ang kailangan natin for sickness benefit must be confirmed, supported by a medical certificate. However, kung yung case is during quarantine period niya, naka-home quarantine siya, nagkaroon siya, for example, ng flu for 5 days. Pero again, negative pa rin yung result sa swab test. Okay? Yung flu na yon, minimum of 4 days naman, if that member could secure a medical certificate, that could be filed for sickness benefit. Okay? And it will be evaluated under flu. Okay? So, yun yung case niya. Kailangan kasi natin, again, dito, confirmed yung illness, supported by a medical certificate, and for COVID positive result from a RT-PCR test or swab test, and or antigen saliva test. Yan. Pagdating sa contributions, nakapagbayad at least 3 months na contributions within the 12-month period baging semester of sickness or injury. Now, 3 months lang, not necessarily consecutive. Kahit galing sa ibang kumpanya or as voluntary, okay lang. Okay? Magwa-qualify basta meron at least 3 months na contributions within 1 year baging semester of sickness or injury. Yan. And third, he has notified his employer or if unemployed, diretso kay SSS ang notification. Now, prior pandemic, pag outpatient kayo, home confinement, ang rules natin sa notification, employee to employer, dapat within 5 days ma-notify. Employer to SSS, within 5 days ma-notify. That's home confinement. Pag hospital confinement, within 1 year na ang filing for sickness benefit. Okay? So again, pag home confinement, 5 days, employee to SSS, additional 5 days. Hospital confinement within 1 year. Yan. Now, pagdating sa benefit no ng sickness, ito po ay ina-advance ng employer ninyo. Employer shall advance. Kung meron ng approved na sickness notification, employer shall compute and advance the benefit to its members. And then after, employer will just file for reimbursement kay SSS. So employer nagpapaluwal ng benefit na to, yung sickness. Sila yung magbibigay ng in advance, and then employer will just file for reimbursement after. Yan. And if you have company sick leave with pay, it must be consumed first. Ayan. He has used up all current company sick leave with pay. For example, approved kayo approved confinement ninyo under SSS, yung notification is 15 days. And you still have 5 SL with pay. So, yung 5, bayaran muna sa SL with pay. The remaining 10, yun yung i-claim natin kay SSS under sickness benefit. Okay? Now, nung nagkaroon naman tayo ng pandemic, kasi kanina nabanggit ko na yung rules and notification, no, pag home confinement at saka hospital confinement. During this time of pandemic, we've extended the filing period para dun sa mga notification and sickness benefit claims. So technically, right now, wala tayong late filing, home or hospital confinement. Okay? Particularly or especially pag home confinement, kung nagkasakit ka simulang March 1, 2020, okay, pwede mo yan pang i-file up to present or hanggang ma-lift all forms of community quarantine sa bansa. ECQ, MECQ, GCQ, MGCQ with heightened restrictions, all forms of community quarantine. So, after ma-lift pa din ang community quarantine sa bansa, you will still be given additional 60 days grace period para ma-claim ang sickness benefit. So sa ngayon, we are not considering any late filing pagdating sa sickness benefit hanggat na community quarantine pa yung ating bansa. So let's say for example, you've been sick last year, like September, mag-1 year na, September of 2020, you can still file for it. Pwede pa rin. Kasi na-community quarantine pa naman po tayo. So wala tayong late filing sa ngayon for sickness benefit. And again, this benefit is being advanced by your employer. Then employer will just file for reimbursement online and after ma-advance sa empleyado. Yan. So ito yung update natin. Again, wala tayong late filing sa ngayon until lifting of all forms of community quarantine sa bansa. So pwede pang makapag-claim ulit. Yan. Third natin is the maternity benefit. A daily cash allowance granted to a female member who is unable to work due to childbirth or miscarriage, emergency termination of pregnancy. So yung mga work from home, yung lockdown, nakabuo, ayan, meron tayong maternity benefit. Ayan. So, upon the implementation of EMLL or effectivity of EMLL, your expanded maternity leave law, malaki na po yung pinagbago ng maternity benefit natin, no? So, ngayon, it's 105 days for any instance of live childbirth. Wala nang distinction whether normal or CS yung delivery. Before kasi pag normal, 60 days. Pag CS, 78. Ngayon, basta buhay yung bata, that's automatically 105 days maternity leave. And kung solo parent, may valid solo parent ID from DSWD, that's additional 15 days for a total of 120. Pag miscarriage or EPP, kasama ng stillbirth, that's 60 days. Ayan. And yung mga employed female workers now also gets to receive a salary differential. Ayan, on top of the SSS maternity benefit. This one actually is monitored by DOLE. If you want to know more about this one, they've issued a department order regarding this one. Kasi ang main concern lang talaga namin dito is the SSS maternity benefit. Ayan. So ito na ngayon, again, 105 days, 120, 60, whichever is applicable. Then kagaya ng sickness benefit, at least 3 months na contributions, not necessarily consecutive, kahit galing sa ibang kumpanya or as voluntary, pag mayroong at least 3 months within the 12-month period, bago yung semestre nung panganak, pagkakunan, or ATP, magko-qualify for maternity benefit. And also, kagaya ng sickness, dapat nakapag-notify. Kung employed po kayo, notify your employer of your pregnancy and then employer will notify SSS. Ayan. So, dapat may notification pa din. And kagaya din po ng sickness benefit, ang maternity benefit is being advanced by your employer. Sila po ay magbibigay in advance ng maternity benefit and right after giving birth, magfa-file na lang ng reimbursement si employer kay SSS. Yan. And sa ngayon, isa pang pinagbago is the allocation of maternity leave credits. Okay? Mas kilala to sa PASA leave. Okay? So ang female member may allocate or magpasa ng leave, pwede siya magpasa ng leave, 1 araw, 2, 3 hanggang 7 araw to the child's father or alternate caregiver. This is on top of the existing paternity leave. Pinagkaiba nila, pagdating sa child's father, for this PASA leave, okay, married or not to the female member. And pagdating sa alternate caregiver, relative of the 4th degree of consanguinity or the current partner sharing the same household. Yan. So pwedeng maximum of 7 days. Pwedeng 1 araw, 2. However, may catch dito. If you're initially entitled for a 105-day maternity leave, pag nag-allocate ka or nagpasa ka ng leave sa child's father, it will be deducted on your maternity leave credits. You now get to enjoy, for example, nagpasa ka ng 7 days sa child's father, you now get to enjoy your maternity leave for 98 days. Kasi literal, na pinasa yung leave. Okay? Inallocate yung leave either sa child's father or alternate caregiver. So paano ba itong notification na to? Yan. Pag employed, course through employer, employer will notify us. So indicate lang nila yung SS number, kailan yung expected date of delivery, if the member would allocate, ilang days, kanino, anong relationship, or if the member or employee wants to avail the full SSS maternity benefit. So ito yung option. Ayan. And sa ngayon, meron na po tayong online application, no, for maternity benefit. Unti-unti, 2 benefit na lang ang wala tayo sa online na hindi pa natin pwedeng i-file online. But for maternity benefit, nagsimula na po yan ng online application May 31, 2021. And up till end of August, tumatanggap pa rin naman kami ngayon ng through Dropbox or over-the-counter application. But comes September 1, next Wednesday, or by Wednesday, okay, so mandatory na yung online application natin. So reimbursement ng employer, also application ng mga individual members natin like voluntary, self-employed, pwede na nilang ipasa yan online. And once successfully submitted online, there's no need for them to submit hard copies of the documents. Ina-upload na lang po yung mga documents online. Ganun na siya ka-convenient ngayon. Diba? So online na lang yung applications natin. Yan. And the prescriptive period of filing for maternity benefit is, actually hindi naman to nabago, 10 years pa din. 10 years ang prescriptive period of filing for maternity benefit from the date of delivery, miscarriage, or emergency termination of pregnancy. Now, isa pa ho sa pinakamalaking pinagbago, once na nung na-implement yung EMLL or Expanded Maternity Leave Law, effective March 11 rather, March 11, 2019, no? Nakalagay doon sa law that the maternity benefit will be granted on every instance of delivery, miscarriage, or ETP regardless of frequency. Ibig sabihin, sabi nga ng iba, sa ngayon ang maternity benefit po is unlimited na. To quote them, unli na daw ngayon. And it's correct. Kasi wala nang limit. For those of you who are familiar with the maternity benefit, bago mag-March 11, 2019, we're only paying for the first 4 deliveries or miscarriages or ETP. Diba? Sa ngayon, simula March 11, 2019, kahit pang-6, pang-7, pang-8, pang-10, pang-15, you can still file it for your maternity benefit. So wala na siyang limit sa ngayon. Okay? And again, the prescriptive period of filing for this benefit is within 10 years. Yan. Next natin is the disability benefit. Yan. A cash benefit granted to a member who becomes permanently disabled, either partially or totally. So we have 2 types of disability here. Okay? Permanent partial and permanent total. When we say permanent total, okay, yung disability ninyo, parang right now, it prevents you from engaging in any gainful occupation. Okay, yung effect sa inyo ng disability, hindi nyo na kaya makapagtrabaho or gumawa ng pagkakakitaan. That's total disability. Pag sinabi nating partial, nagkaroon ng disabling effect sa inyo, but it does not prevent you from engaging in any gainful occupation. Pwede pa rin kayo makapagtrabaho. Permanent partial yon. Okay? And sa ngayon, pag disability benefit, wala pang online application, through the Dropbox pa rin or over-the-counter sa mga pinakamalapit na SS office sa inyo. And personal filing po ito. Even if you're employed, you're going to file for partial disability. Okay? Hindi ito ko ipapadaan sa employer, personal yung application. Or pwedeng through representative, pahulog sa Dropbox. Download the application form on our website, www.sss.gov.ph. Tapos prepare yung medical certificate, operating room record if inoperahan, and then submit it through Dropbox. Sa ngayon, ito isa na wala pa tayong online application. But we're already like studying on how we would incorporate or how we would bring this on the services available on your online account, yung my.sss account ninyo. So, antayin na lang yung update kasi again, dalawa na lang. Isa ito na manual pa yung application natin. And kagaya po ng maternity benefit, the prescriptive period of filing for this benefit is within 10 years. Okay? So pagdating sa disability benefit, even if you have one contribution bago yung semester ng disability ninyo, you would qualify for this disability benefit. Okay? So minimal, at least one contribution bago yung semester ng disability, pwede na kayo mag-qualify for disability benefit. And again, the prescriptive period of filing is within 10 years from the date of occurrence of disability. Yan. Fifth benefit is the retirement benefit as a cash benefit paid to a member who can no longer work due to old age. So dito natin papakita yung retirement age. Okay. Ayan. So 60 years old is our optional retirement, while 65 years old is our compulsory retirement. So what is the difference aside from its spelling? Diba? So 60 years old up to 64 years old is only an optional retirement. Majority kasi alam natin, pag nag 60 years old tayo, okay, file na agad tayo ng retirement benefit. Well, that's not the case. Okay? If you're planning to file for a retirement benefit at the age of 60 hanggang 64, you must no longer connected na from work. Okay? Dapat meron ng loss of income on your part between 60 to 64. Meaning, if you're already 62 years old and you're still working, dapat tuloy pa rin yung coverage ninyo kay SSS and your contributions since you are still at the optional retirement age. Pero pagdating ng 65 years old, okay, whether working or not, you can now file for your retirement kasi that's the compulsory or technical retirement age. Again, if you're still working at the age of 63 or 64 years old, tuloy pa rin yung coverage and continuous pa rin yung contributions nyo under SSS kasi optional retirement age pa lang po yun. Now, what if the case, I've already filed resignation or retirement from my company at the age of 55 years old. 55 years old pa lang, okay, nag-retire na ako sa kumpanya. Now, I don't plan on continuing my contributions with SSS. Can I now file for my retirement benefit? Now, if you're already separated from employment your earliest filing date is on your 60th birthday. Okay? Pag already separated, ang pinakamaaga pa rin na filing date for retirement is 60 years old on your 60th birthday. Not unless you're a mine worker, resource jockey, kasi based on the respective RAs, Republic Acts, ayan, mas mababa yung kanilang retirement age. So sila lang sa ngayon. Now, let's just wait for our lawmakers if we would determine other professions to lower the retirement age. No? But for now, ito pa lang yung meron sa atin, lower retirement age. And for you to be considered as mine workers or racers jockey, you must have been in this profession for at least 5 years, either continuous or accumulated na 5 years, yung period. Okay, 5 years. Now, for you to qualify to a monthly pension sa benefit ng retirement, you must have at least 120 months na contributions prior to semester of retirement, or yung parang ano to, equivalent ng 10 years na contribution. And don't worry, even if there are gaps in between, we would count the total posted contribution on your record from the moment that you became member of SSS up to your filing date. Okay? So, or your retirement date. So, bibilangin lahat ng posted na yun. Kung naka 120 months kayo, kahit meron mga gaps in between, automatically you would qualify for a monthly pension. If by your retirement, okay, you're not able to complete or to have at least 120 months na contributions, you will still have a retirement benefit, but in a form of lump sum. Lump sum siya. So what is the difference of a monthly pension and the lump sum benefit? Okay? For monthly pension, that is a lifetime cash benefit hanggang sa kunin na ng liwanag or mamatay yung member. Ayan. So lifetime yun. And every December, meron tayong pa 13-month pension. Okay, may pa 13-month pension tayo every December. Okay? So, dapat ang goal natin, no, hashtag pension goal. Wag yung lump sum kasi lump sum is a one-time payment benefit. Now, what if I'm already 60 years old or 65 years old and hindi pa ako naka 120 months na contributions, no? And I really want to secure that 120 months at least na contribution to qualify for pension. Kasi maganda nga yun. Sabihin lang natin minimal yung amount, but that will be a lifetime cash benefit. Diba? So mas maganda. Would SSS allow me to continue my contribution, especially if I'm already like separated from employment? And the answer is yes. A member may continue to pay his or her contributions as a voluntary member to complete the 120 months to be eligible to the monthly pension. So pwede. Pinapayagan namin yun. Even if you're already 60 years old, 65, separated from employment, if you want, you're willing to continue your contribution to secure this 120 months for you to qualify for a monthly pension, yan, we would allow it. Nasa member na lang din naman yung option. Pwede ipagpatuloy as voluntary member. Okay? Now, for the amount of pension, some of you might be asking, what is the maximum amount of pension? There's no such thing as maximum amount of pension kasi it will depend on the number of months and amount of contribution paid by each member. Okay? So magdidepende 'yon kung gaano ka dami yung contributions, magkaning amount of contributions, gaano kayo katagal naging member ni SSS. Those are the factors that would determine your amount of pension. And if you want to have an idea kung magkano posible, especially if you're nearing to filing your retirement, no, we have this e-services, yung simulated retirement calculator on your online account. You can check that one out for SSS to give you or for you to have an idea, no, on how much would be your benefit for your retirement. Again, online, under e-services, meron tayong simulated retirement calculator. It will give you an idea kung magkano based on your current posted contributions. Ayan. So, maaaring magbago pa yan kung may madadagdag pang contributions, tataas pang inyong contributions. But more or less, di ba, you will have an idea kung magkano. And for retirement benefit, we also have now an online application, online filing. Para sa mga members natin, you don't need to visit the nearest SSS office, no, for this retirement benefit. You can just file this online. Okay? Online application. And once naging successful yung online application, You don't need to submit na ng mga supporting documents to any nearest SSS office. You just have to monitor, okay, yung status online, okay, or you will also be notified through SMS or email of the status of your retirement application. Yan. So online na po. Again, if you want to have an idea kung magkano, you can check the simulated retirement calculator online. Yan. Sixth benefit is the funeral benefit. Yan. As a cash benefit given to whoever paid for the burial expenses of the deceased member. So itong funeral or mas kilala natin na burial benefit, no? Ano to siya? Parang reimbursement. Okay? This is like a reimbursement dun sa gumastos ng pagpapalibing. Okay? For whoever paid for the burial expenses. And take note, pagdating sa funeral benefit, kung sino yung gumastos ng pagpapalibing, blood-related or not, siya yung maaari nating bayaran for funeral. Again, not necessarily blood-related, basta kung sino yung gumastos ng pagpapalibing, siya po yung babayaran natin for funeral. Now, magkano yung amount natin na funeral ngayon? Maximum of 40,000. Okay, maximum of 40,000 for funeral benefit. And meron na din po tayong online application. Yan. Kung ikaw yung gumastos ng pagpapalibing, using your own my.sss account, you can apply or submit your funeral claim application. You just have to upload the documents like yung proof of membership, death certificate, official receipt from funeral parlor, tapos valid IDs. Yan. Pwede na po online din again ang funeral benefit. Now, questions dito madalas is, how long can we file for this funeral or burial claim? Okay? Pagdating sa benefit na to, there is no prescriptive period of filing. Okay? Kahit yung member namatay like years ago, 3 years, 5 years, you can still file for the funeral benefit. But you can expect na baka mas matagalan yung process dahil din sa confirmation of documents that needs to be done. Okay? But nonetheless, again, there is no prescriptive period of filing for funeral benefit. Now, what if yung deceased member, meron siya nung memorial plan, like yung St. Peter, for example, or insurance na nagka-cover ng burial expenses or funeral expenses? Can we still file for funeral claim? And sila sino na yung pwedeng mag-claim? Okay? So in that case, yes, available pa rin ang funeral benefit. If available yung legal spouse, isa sa mga anak, parents, either of the parents, no? Sila yung pwede makapag-claim ng funeral benefit kung sino yung available, and the memorial plan provider or yung insurance company could issue a certificate of full payment and ownership of the plan para ma-claim pa din ang funeral benefit. Okay? So again, meron tayong online application and wala po itong prescriptive period of filing. And pagdating sa lahat ng benefits natin, no, make sure also, since online na din yung mga applications natin, even para dun sa mga manual, sa ngayon kasi, checklist disbursement na tayo. We were not, as SSS, we were not issuing checks anymore. So make sure to enroll a disbursement account, a PESONet participating bank, UBP Quick Card, UMID ninyo with ATM functionality, e-wallets, okay, sa ating website on your my.sss account. Kasi once your benefits are approved, it will automatically be credited dun sa inyong enrolled na active disbursement account. So ngayon, wala na po tayong check eh. Enroll nyo po sa DAM, Disbursement Account Enrollment Module. Seventh benefit is the death benefit. Kung kanina yung funeral, parang reimbursement siya sa mga sa gumastos ng pagpapalibing. This benefit naman, ito yung para sa mga beneficiaries na nung namatay na member. Okay? So, sila sino yung mga beneficiaries na kinoconsider natin? And itong beneficiaries na ipapakita ko sa inyo, these are the hierarchy of beneficiaries. So, ito yung pagkakasunod-sunod ng beneficiaries na kinoconsider natin. Okay? Una is the primary beneficiary. Okay? Primary beneficiary. So, sila yung dependent legal spouse and minor children. And when we say minor children, sila yung below 21 years old, whether legitimate, legitimated, legally adopted, or illegitimate child, tatanggap sila ng pension up until mag-21, makapag-asawa, makapagtrabaho or mamatay, whichever comes first, and ilang minor children? 5. Simula naman yan sa pinakabata, so hindi yan lugi. Diba? Una natin i-count yung pinakabata dun sa minor child or children. So maximum of 5. Then sa dependent legal spouse, pag na-transfer yung pension sa kanya, lifetime din po yun. There will be a lifetime cash benefit. Okay? It will be a lifetime cash benefit. And sila lang po yung nakakatanggap ng pension. Now, what if walang primary beneficiaries? Secondary naman, parents of the deceased member, pero ang matatanggap nila po is lump sum amount. Hindi sila nakakatanggap ng pension. Now, what if wala na din yung parents? Designated legal heirs. Designated, sino nakalagay sa E1 or E4? And in the absence, nakalagay sa E1 or E4, parents lang din, legal heirs na yung consider natin. In accordance to the Family Code of the Philippines, based on sa hierarchy of succession. Okay? Now, another thing that I would like you to know is, I've mentioned earlier na pagdating sa legal spouse, transferred yung benefits sa kanya lifetime. However, if that dependent legal spouse remarried, nakipag-cohabit, nakipag-live-in, those are grounds for cancellation of pension. And once canceled, it's canceled for good. Why? Nawawala na po kasi yung idea ng dependency. Take note, as a legal spouse, you were given that death benefit kasi dependent ka dun sa namayapan ninyong asawa. Kung meron ka ng bagong katuwang sa buhay ngayon, technically, dun ka na dependent. Hindi na dun sa namayapan ninyong asawa. Thus, the cancellation of pension. Now, paano kung merong mga minor child or children? Will they be affected with that cancellation? Hindi naman. Okay? Kung nasa ang custody yung mga bata, mag-act lang po yun as guardian para tuloy pa rin yung benefit ng minor children until mag-21, makapag-asawa, makapagtrabaho, or mamatay, whichever comes first. Now, sa pa po, what if naman married couple, both are SSS members and they're receiving their retirement benefit respectively? What if yung asawa ninyo yung unang namatay, for example? Example lang naman po. So, ikaw na meron kang sarili, you're receiving your own, okay, own retirement benefit, could also receive the death benefit as the dependent legal spouse. Sumaring dalawang benefit na matanggap ninyo. Dalawang pension. Your own retirement and the death benefit from your deceased spouse. Now, this won't qualify under the double compensation program kasi yung death benefit naman, it is not from your SSS, it is a transferred benefit from your deceased spouse. Okay? So again, these are the hierarchy of beneficiaries natin. Ito yung pagkakasunod-sunod ng kinoconsider natin. Yan. And for the employees' compensation, bigyan ko lang kayo ng idea na though employees' compensation is a different agency from us, kami lang kasi nag-administer ng program nila. They are different agency under DOLE, but since kami yung nagko-collect, kami yung nagpa-process, I might also give you an idea, no? Yan. They also actually employees' compensation are also conducting webinars. You can also invite them. Message lang sila sa Facebook page nila, Employees Compensation Commission, okay, para you can also set a seminar from them, a webinar from them, and I think it's also free of charge. Ayan. You can just reach them through their Facebook page. So pwede naman. So ano nga ba tong EC or Employees Compensation? It assists workers who suffered work-connected sickness or injury resulting in death or disability. So yung mga work-connected na sickness, illness ninyo, disability, or death, maaari kayong makakuha ng EC. So maaaring dalawa sa sickness benefit, isa sa EC, isa sa SS, same as with disability, provided na yung illness, disability, or death work-connected. While, for example, nangyari yung accident while you're performing your official function, pwede. Satisfying your personal comfort. Ito, pangatlo, wala ngayon dahil sa pandemic, engage in the company-sponsored activities. Ayan, onboard a shuttle bus or any vehicle provided by the company. Papasok or pauwi ka ng bahay, pwede. And any sickness listed by ECC as an occupational disease on their website, ecc.gov.ph. Ayan. Ito naman po yung mga hindi. No, sorry. May narinig ako, sorry. Ito naman yung mga hindi magka-cover. Na-aksidente ka under the influence of drugs o alcohol. may willful intent to injure or kill himself or another, and notorious negligence, yung mga sariling kapabayaan. So ito yung mga hindi pwede for easy naman. Okay? Then for the loan program, sorry, I'm taking too much of the time. Uh, konti na lang to finish. Meron pa tayo second speaker. Pasensya na po for representative from Pag-ibig.
It's
Pagpasensya
fine,
nyo na.
sir.
It's fine. Okay. So, for loans, no, what we have, we can compete with Pag-ibig. This one, ang meron lang tayo sa ngayon is salary loan. Okay? You can qualify for salary loan. Okay? Pag meron na kayo at least 3 years na contributions. And for it to be doubled, dapat naka 6 years na. Or at least 6 years na rin contributions or 72 months. Okay? And sa ngayon po, ang filing natin is through website, through SSS mobile app, e-sender sa mga branches, and self-service express terminals or set natin. And sa ngayon po, reminder na lang, if you're going to file for for a salary loan, hindi po pwede dito yung mga e-wallet, no? Yung GCash, coins.ph, DCIM, Paymaya, hindi pa pwede. Pagdating sa loan, Pesonet Participating Bank ang pwede. UBP Quick Card, yun yung mga pwede natin for salary loan. Okay? And for those of you might be asking, meron ba tayo ngayong condonation program or yung amnesty para sa mga loan balances natin? As of date, wala pa po tayong balita if we will have a condonation or kung kailan magkakaroon or kung magkakaroon man. It will actually be based on the Office of the President, sa President ng Pilipinas, kung magkakaroon tayo ng condonation program. As of now, wala pa po tayong balita. And if there will be any condonation program, okay, i-announce naman namin yan sa ating website and social media accounts. Yan. And for our electronic services, yan, you can also download our SSS mobile app. Yes, meron kaming SSS mobile app. And this is free to download, no? Available in Google Play, App Store, and Huawei App Gallery. You can also check your contributions here, check the status of your benefit claims applications. Pwedeng-pwede. You can check your payment reference number, loan status. Yan. Free to download siya. But you need to be registered first on our website. Kasi yung user ID and password ninyo in our website, same login credentials yung gagamitin to access the SSS mobile app. So wala na siyang separate registration pa. Same login yung nasa website ninyo at saka itong SSS mobile app. We still have this text SSS now for those members natin who are in areas with limited to non-internet access. If they want, or if you want to check your contribution status of your benefit claims as well, you can register by just have to key in SSS space REG space yung 10-digit SS number space yung date of birth, month, date, and year, then send it to 2600 para ma-register ninyo and makapag-verify na din kayo. Yan. Pwede niyong i-try itong text SSS. Though meron siyang fee, 2 pesos and 50 cents. Yan. Kumpara naman sa ipapamasahin natin, no, na minimum, for example, magkano minimum fare ngayon? Diba? 9 pesos, if I'm not mistaken. Ayan. So, mas lesser na if you just want to know kung ilan yung contributions ninyo. But, mas maganda din if you're registered to our website and or sa mobile app because you can access those information as well. Yan, self-service express terminals available to sa ating mga branches though sa ngayon due to mas stricter na na hindi natin to masyadong in-encourage, no. You can use again the website to verify your contributions and other records ninyo kay SSS. And for our official website, yan, that's www.sss.gov.ph, and our official email address, it's member_relations@sss.gov.ph. We would like also to invite you to please follow us. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click on the notification bell. Ayan. Para sa aming mga social media accounts, you have Facebook, active kayo sa IG. We also have an IG account. We have Twitter. And we have video materials on our YouTube channel. Search nyo lang po Philippine Social Security System. Again, don't forget to subscribe and click on the notification bell. Follow us and like us para hindi po tayo mabiktima ng mga fake news, online fixers and scammers kasi madami na po yun ngayon, no? So we would fight that by uh, by getting information straight from the source through this official social media accounts of ours. Now, ang wala na lang sa amin dito sa TikTok, we're still like thinking on how we would use TikTok para ma-reach pa natin yung mas madaming members natin, no? Baka soon makita niyo na kami sa TikTok. May mga info dissemination campaigns din kami, no, sa TikTok. So wala pa sa ngayon, ito pa lang. So major social media platforms natin. And yung pinaka-latest po, if you are using Viber, we have now a Viber community. Ayan, you can scan this QR code. Ayan, or itong link, you can search this link, okay, para maka-join kayo sa aming community. And again, para sigurado yung nakukuha natin ng mga information are legitimate, timely, and of course, accurate SSS information. So ano pang inaantay nyo? Scan na. Joke lang. Ayan. So, yan. So, I hope na okay pa kung kaya pa po. Kaya pa po ba? Nangalahati na din tayo finally. Joke lang. Ayan. Actually, that will be the end of my presentation. So maraming salamat po again for inviting us, for taking your time. Baka yung iba napilitan, walang choice, kailangan mag-attend, diba? But I hope that I was able to share with you, diba? Though may limited time tayo, I've really tried na pagsamahin lahat ng mga information natin about SSS. No, anyway, if you still have clarifications, we will have later on, I believe, a Q&A, live Q&A. So may mga nakita din siguro, may mga nag-PM sa akin about the question. So I'll try to answer them. And for now, yan, let me turn over the microphone to our moderator para siguro sa next speaker natin, Sir Aldrin. Thank you po. Magpasensya na.
All right. Thank you very much, Sir Forty. That was very informative. All right. So please do save your questions. You may send it in the chat box, and then we'll address that right after the Pag-ibig finishes their um, talk. All right. So our next speakers will be from Pag-ibig Agency. Pag-ibig is an acronym which stands for Pagtutulungan sa Kinabukasan, Ikaw, Bangko, Industriya at Gobyerno. In effect, Pag-ibig harnesses these four sectors of our society to provide its members with adequate housing through effective savings schemes. So for our second talk, we have Miss Marie Sherida R. Vinarao. She's the Marketing and Sales Supervisor in Pag-ibig Binondo. And we also have the representative, Sir Jeric Zamora, also from the Marketing and Sales. All right, let's give them a warm welcome. Virtual claps,
Hi.
everyone. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Yan, ang dami nila. Anyway, yan. Batiin ko po kayo ulit na isang magandang hapon sa ating dear officers, kay Dean Mary, kay Sir Aldrin, my co-speakers, and syempre sa ating participants for today.
Good
Ngayong
afternoon.
hapon.
Good afternoon.
Ang ganda naman ng na-i-present agad na ni Sir Aldrin ang meaning ng Pag-ibig Fund. Nung naalala ko lang, nung ako ay bata-bata pa, well, nung narinig ko yung salitang pag-ibig, isa lang pumapasok sa isip ko, syempre, love. Pero pagka nagtatrabaho ka na, doon mo mararamdaman kung ano yung pag-ibig na sinasabi. So ito ang pag-ibig na may benefits po ng bawat empleyado, benefits po ng bawat isa. So kung kayo po kahit hindi empleyado, basta miyembro po ng pag-ibig, ito po ay malaking bagay po para sa atin. So ito po, let's proceed na po sa ating presentation for this afternoon. Okay. So makikita nyo po ang logo ng Pag-ibig Fund. So ito pong logo natin. Makikita nyo po ang twin mandates sa Pag-ibig. Yung piso as a savings and yung bahay as a shelter. So yun ang twin mandates ng Pag-ibig Fund, savings and shelter. Then, let's now proceed to Pag-ibig Fund Snapshot. So, gusto ko lang po i-share sa inyo yung year 2020 Pag-ibig Fund Snapshots. So, meron po tayong 12.77 million active members, a total assets of 669.82 billion, member savings of 48.2 billion, Meron din po tayong nationwide offices na 155 branches. And sa overseas post po na meron tayong 20. Then, net income of 31.18 billion with a dividends po payout 29.40 billion. And ito po ang nakakatuwa. Yung dividend rate po ni Pag-ibig 5.62 po sa ating regular savings at syempre hindi magpapatalo si MP2 na may 6.12 dividend rate for 2020. So, next slide. Benefits and programs sa Pag-ibig Fund. So, we have regular Pag-ibig savings, MP2, Pag-ibig, modified Pag-ibig 2 savings, short-term loans, the virtual Pag-ibig, and the Pag-ibig Loyalty Card Plus. So, isa-isahin ho natin yan. First, let's go to regular Pag-ibig savings. So, ito po, aware naman siguro ang iba. Pero kung hindi po kayo aware, meron po tayong, ito po, ang Pag-ibig po ay nagbe-base po sa monthly fund salary na 5,000 pesos, 2% po ang kinukuha doon. So kung ako po ay Pag-ibig member, may deduction po ako na 100 pesos, at the same time 100 pesos sa employer counterpart. Ano po yung ibig sabihin ng top up na? So ito po, pwede ho kayo mag-MS upgrade or yung member savings po na tinatawag. Pwede ho natin siya, kung gusto niyo po ng mas mataas, pwede po kayo mag-additional. Basta i-inform niyo lang po yung office nyo na particularly yung inyong accounting office na instead of 100, gusto ko po ng ganito. So depende po yun sa inyo, sa ating miyembro kung magkano po ang kanilang gusto maging deduction for the month. Pero fixed lang po ang ating employer sa 100. Tulad po na nabanggit ko kanina, high dividends po, government guarantee po ang ating Pag-ibig savings. Meron po siyang dividend rate na 5.62 per annum. So, depende po yan. Iba-iba po ang declaration ng dividends natin. So, makikita nyo rin po yan sa website po. At the same time, dinidiscuss po namin ito sa aming mga webinars, daily webinars po for employers. Next po. Ayan. This is your top of your savings. Kung meron po tayong balak or gusto natin na mas medyo taasan ng ating savings sa Pag-ibig Fund, so simple lang po ang gagawin natin. I-accomplish lang po natin yung update savings form. Pwede ho natin siya i-submit sa ating employer. Then yun po, makasigurado naman po tayo na malaki po ang savings natin, mas malaki rin po ang dividend na makukuha natin from Pag-ibig. So when to withdraw your Pag-ibig savings? So, ito po yung ating grounds for withdrawal of Pag-ibig savings. First, membership maturity. Dapat mo meron tayo at least 240 monthly contributions. Qualify din po ang may loan. Basta po basta qualify po siya under membership maturity. Next is retirement. We have two kinds of retirement din po. Okay, mamaya na lang po siguro yung ating Q&A, ano? So, i-take note na lang po namin yan. So, yung retirement po, meron po tayong optional retirement at age of 60 and the mandatory retirement at age of 65. So, na-explain din po kanina ni Sir sa SSS, yung speaker po natin, na ang retirement po is optional. Kung halimbawa po kung gusto niyo 60 na kayo pero connected pa kayo sa company, ayaw nyo muna siyang kunin, pwede po yun. Pero at the age of 65, mandatory po siya, kukunin nyo na po ang inyong savings plus the dividends po. Next, the permanent total disability or insanity. So dito po, kailangan lang po ito certified po ng physician. At the same time, kung kayo po employed pa, isasama nyo po sa documents po na isubmit ang inyong certificate of employment. Another grounds po is termination from service by reason of health. So kung kayo po or ang isang miyembro po or empleyado po nagkasakit due to health reason, na hindi na siya talaga makapagtrabaho dahil medyo hindi maganda ang kanyang health condition, so makukuha niya po ang kanyang Pag-ibig savings plus the dividends po. Next, permanent departure from the country. So kung tayo po ay magmamigrate na, magiging permanent na po sa ibang bansa, permanent or resident na po tayo doon. So yun po, isa po yung sa grounds na allowed po for withdrawal ng contribution. Next po ang IDEF. So ito po yung permanent departure from the earth na sinasabi nila. So may additional po itong death benefit na 6,000 aside po dun sa inyong contribution plus the dividends. Another one po, critical illness of a member or any of his or her relative within the second civil degree of consanguinity. So critical illness, isa na po siya, tapos kung ang ating pong relatives within civil second degree of consanguinity, yun po, makakapag-claim rin po tayo. And another reason why we approved by the Pag-ibig Fund Board of Trustees. So yan po, medyo ito po ang ating grounds for withdrawal of your savings. Next slide, please. So another program po ni Pag-ibig Fund is the Modified Pag-ibig 2. So ano po ba ito, ma'am? Ano po ba ang itong MP2 na tinatawag? So kung kayo po meron pong Pag-ibig savings or yung deduction sa company, it is tinatawag po natin yung Pag-ibig 1. So ang Pag-ibig 2 naman po, hindi po siya mandatory. So nasa sa membro po natin yon or nasa employees po natin kung gusto nila mag-enroll ng MP2 or hindi. So ito pong MP2 natin ay maganda. Medyo mas mataas po ang dividend rate nito compare po dun sa regular savings po ni Pag-ibig Fund. For the year 2020 po, nag-declare po tayo ng 6.12 annual dividend rate po ng ating MP2. Tulad po nabanggit ko kanina, medyo mataas po ang itong dividend rate kaysa po sa ating regular savings. Pwede nyo rin po kunin yung inyong dividend payout through either compounded or annual po. Yan, may choice po kayong gano'n. Basta ang membership lang po nito is nakalock-in po siya ng 5 years. Yun. Open po siya sa retirees po tsaka sa pensioners who are former Pag-ibig Fund members. So ito pong aking ipapakita ngayon ayan. Ito po yung sample po ng annual dividend payout. So kung halimbawa po kayo ay naghuhulog ng 500 pesos a month, so sa isang taon po, pagpalagay nyo ng meron kayo 6,000, tutubo po siya ng 224.90. So sa mapapansin nyo po, sa annual po, kung ano po yung dineclare kasi dividends, yun lang din po ang pagbabasihan po ng inyong savings. So kung annually, pwede niya pong kunin yan. So kung sa 5 years po, kung 500 po ang kanyang hulog, meron po siyang accumulated MP2 savings na 30,000. Then kung ang kanya naman pong annual dividends po is 5,276.50. While po sa compounded, next slide. O yan. Sa compounded naman po, kung hindi nyo po, dito po sa 500 po ulit tayo. Kung hindi nyo po kukunin ang inyong dividend payout, kung gusto nyo po siya ng compounded, makikita nyo po na yung tubo niya po for that year is tumutubo pa po. So, yun po ang kagandahan ng compounded. Yun nga lang po, sabay po siyang makukuha after 5 years or sa maturity date po. Another example po kung halimbawa yung 1 million one-time savings. Ito po marami po kaming na-encounter dito na MP2 savers. So, bawa ko sa first year, nagbagsak po siya ng 1 million. Ayan. So, kung ano po yung, ito po applicable pa rin ho, dun sa dividends po na dinideclare. Pero dito sa sample po natin, based po ito sa 6.92 dividend rate. So, ayan. Yung for the whole year po niya, yung 1 million niya, kumita po yun ng 69,200. So, kung one time lang po siya, at ito uulitin ko, sample lamang ho ito, annual dividend, yung kanya pong 1 million pong one-time savings, kikita po siya ng 346,000. Then, ito rin naman po ang sample po na compounded dividends for 1 million one-time savings po. So, makikita nyo po, no, iba-iba po ang rate ng MP2 savings po, yung kanyang dividendo po. So, ulitin ko, ang dividendo po, depende po sa dinideklara annually po. Yan. Yung 1 million niya, kumita po ng 397,000. 397,316.38. So, after 5 years or nag-mature na, makukuha niya po is 1.397, 316.38 thousand. So, ayan po. Next. Paano po ba maging miyembro, ma'am? So, madali lang po maging miyembro ng MP2. Punta lang po tayo sa website po ng Pag-ibig Fund. Then, sa Virtual Pag-ibig, click lang nyo po yung Be a Member. Then, followed by Apply for MP2. So, pagka nakapag-register na po tayo, ang initial payment po nito is sa branches. So, yan. Then, sa mga susunod, pwede na sa Bayad Center or kung meron tayong GCash or kung ano man po yung ibang platforms, yung payment channels, pwede na po siya. Next po, another program po is Pag-ibig Fund Short-Term Loans. So, okay, ito. Ang ating pong MPL or salary loan po sa SSS, pareho rin po siya. So, sa Pag-ibig po, ang tawag po dito ay Pag-ibig Multipurpose Loan. So, yun po, depende po yun sa inyong purpose, kung ano po. Kaya, pwede po siya through educational expenses, minor home improvement, health and wellness, and other purposes. So, meron din po tayong isa pang yung may calamity loan. So, ang calamity loan, wala lang po siyang slide, sorry. So, ayan po. Ang calamity loan naman po, depende po yon sa deklara. Di ba, dineklara po ng LGU yung area na yun under calamity. So, pwede ho kayo mag-file ng calamity loan. Ayan. So, ayan pala siya. Ayan. Lowest interest. Ayan po, ang interest rate niya 5.95% per annum. Up to, makakabaro po tayo na up to 80% of your regular savings. So, ito po ay applicable lamang dun sa area na dineclare po ng LGU na under calamity stricken area. Nag-declare po ng under state of calamity po yung lugar na yun. Next po, yan, savings and paying loans made easy. So kung mapapansin nyo po, ito po yung mga payment channels po na pinaflash namin na pwede ho kayo magbayad ng inyong loan and tsaka yung inyong contributions. Ayan. So pwede rin po sa ating pay online by virtual pag-ibig. So later po, i-discuss po paano ba tayo magkaroon ng virtual pag-ibig. I-discuss po yan ni Sir Jack later. So sa mga banks po and other payment channels, makikita nyo po dito, SM, Cash Pinas, ayan. And then yung mga bangko po na na accredited po ni Pag-ibig, partners po ni Pag-ibig. Okay. Same din po siya. Next po. Next slides. O, ayan. So, ipasa ko po kayo. Good afternoon po ulit. Pasensya na. Ipasa ko po kayo ngayon kay Sir Jeric para po i-continue po ang ating Pag-ibig, virtual Pag-ibig. Okay.
Okay, good afternoon everyone. I am Jeric, ang inyong lingkod Pag-ibig for today, who will be discussing virtual Pag-ibig, fail Pag-ibig online. So ano nga po bang magagawa natin sa virtual Pag-ibig account once we have it? You can also apply for a short-term loan, whether it's for multipurpose loan or calamity loan. You can also save with Pag-ibig and pay your loan even while you're at home. So technically speaking, si virtual Pag-ibig ay good for 24/7. You can also view your records, whether it's for regular savings, MP2 savings, housing loan application, you can view it online. So here are the services that we offer. Even if you don't have a virtual Pag-ibig account, just simply go to the website, pagibigfund.gov.ph, and then these are the available services that we offer. Be a member, pay online, apply for short-term loan, and you can also chat with us. So for being a member, dito tayo pwede mag-register as a Pag-ibig Fund kung hindi pa tayo member ni Pag-ibig. So this is also the option where you can get your permanent MID number. So verification of your membership MID number, you can also open an MP2 account savings. So for paying online, pwede tayo dito na po mag-top up yung regular savings po na sinasabi ni Ma'am Sheng kanina. You can also save in your MP2 savings. You can link your credit or debit card, yung e-wallet, PayMaya or GCash, you can link it so that you can pay your housing loan, MP2, regular savings, and even for multipurpose loan and calamity loans. There. So for apply for a loan, here are the options that you can choose. Multipurpose loan, housing loan interest repricing. You can also view your loan status. So ito pong dinidiscuss ko na apply for a loan. This is only applicable sa mga walang virtual Pag-ibig account. So this is the other option. And you can also chat with a linked Pag-ibig. So same goes with the discussion earlier, premium services that we offer, viewing of your records, viewing of your loan records, knowing your loyalty card plus cash transactions. So ito po yung process natin kung paano po tayo makakapag-register sa virtual Pag-ibig account. We have 3 options, but the third one is only applicable for OFWs. So let's go with first and second. So create and activate your account online. So pag pumunta po tayo sa virtual website, meron po tayo dun create account. And then this is applicable for mga members na walang loyalty card plus. So kung walang loyalty card plus, ito pong isa-select natin. Ang last step po dito is branch activation. Kung si company nyo po ay under ni Binondo branch, sa amin po mapupunta yung registration nyo po. Then i-approve lang po namin yon whether kung parehas po yung in-input yung data, then sa membership data form nyo po dito kay Pag-ibig. So once okay naman, then ma-activate naman po siya. So within 24 hours, it will be activated. Eto naman pong with your Pag-ibig Loyalty Card Plus, of course, you have to have your Pag-ibig Loyalty Card Plus. As you can see, it has an EMV chip. So this is already an ATM. This is for loan proceeds or the net proceeds will go to. So kapag sinelect nyo po ito, mag-create lang po kayo ng security questions and you're good. You will be able to access it right away after registration. So yung online activation, as I've mentioned, this is only applicable for OFWs. We already have virtual Pag-ibig for our employers. Si Shanghai Shek, if I'm not mistaken, nakausap na rin po namin yung HR representatives nyo. Ang kagandahan kasi sa pagkakaroon ng virtual Pag-ibig for employers natin is that magkakaroon ng username and password si employer, and then the HR representative has the option to certify the loan application. So ang good benefit ng virtual Pag-ibig for employers is that kung si employee or si member meron ng Loyalty Card Plus, nag-create po siya ng virtual Pag-ibig account, and si employer po ay may virtual Pag-ibig account din po, no need na po mag-submit ng mga documents. So by simply clicking of the things online on your account, you will be routed directly dito naman po sa employer certification. So si employer yung magsa-certify whether kung may mauuwi pa po bang money or net take-home pay si member bago niya po i-proceed or i-forward kay Pag-ibig Fund. So once na-certify na po ni employer yung loan application ni member or ni employee, tsaka lang po siya papasok sa amin for branch processing. So same goes, online or live transactions, bali makaka-receive din po kayo ng mga text messages whether it's gonna be approved or not. So virtual pag-ibig account for developers, this will be available soon. We'll notify you if ever naman po na magiging available na siya through our Pag-ibig Fund Facebook page or website. This is the main topic, which is Pag-ibig Loyalty Card Plus. We are encouraging everyone na magkaroon po tayo ng Loyalty Card Plus because this is very convenient. Kasi po, this pandemic, hindi po allowed lumabas. Gaya po ngayon, MECQ, so limited lang po. A4 lang po or A4 lang po yung mga nakakalabas ng bahay. So this will help us in not going directly at the branch. So si Pag-ibig Loyalty Card Plus, as you can see again, may EMV chip po siya. So this is the cash card that you will be using for your loan application. So this can be used as discounts and rewards. Sample po ng company is McDonald's. So if you have a minimum purchase of 200 pesos, once you present your Loyalty Card Plus, you will be getting 5% discount. We also have Pure Gold. Once you present this, you will earn an active points that you can use to purchase as well. So this is the most convenient way to also create your virtual Pag-ibig account and also to receive your short-term loan. So again, we have our partners, AUB and Union Bank. But for Binondo, we only have AUB. But sooner, Union Bank will also be available here in our branch. So this is the difference between AUB and Union Bank Loyalty Card Plus. So AUB, no maintaining balance, prepaid account with maximum monthly transfer 500,000. You can use this one as a debit card for POS-enabled merchants lamang po, or BankNets network. So 50,000 daily withdrawal limit and 10 years po ang validity ng account kay AUB. But for Union Bank, you can also use this for personal savings account with no initial deposit and no minimum balance requirement. You can also earn 1% interest at ADB of 100,000, debit card with dual interface function. So 50,000 din po ang daily limit. Ang difference lang po nila is yung validity. So AUB, it's going to be 10 years, and with Union Bank, that's 8 years. So we are also encouraging your company to request for a Pag-ibig Loyalty Card Plus. Let's say after or once ECQ is lifted, you can invite us so we can go directly to your company or your office para kami po ang mag-capture mismo. Make sure lang po now we'll still be complying with health and safety protocols during the enrollment. So the price for the Loyalty Card Plus will be 125. Ang kailangan lang po dito is active yung contribution nyo at least 6 months. And magpe-present lang po kayo ng one primary ID and you're good to go. So that's all for now. We will be entertaining your questions. Sir Aldrin.
All right. Thank you very much, Sir Jerry. I'm going to stop your sharing now and put Sir 40 and Mom Sheng on spotlight again. Let me just arrange this one. Sir 40, hello.
Hello. Hi
Hi,
po, sorry.
sir. All right. So, we have to backtrack all of the from all of the questions from the SSS. Let's start with the SSS po muna. Yeah, first. Hello, sir. May I know if we're wait lang po. Sorry, not that one. Sir, SSS has an application for cell phone. Can we also apply through the app?
Okay, thank you so much for that question. No, pagdating sa SS mobile app natin, for now, ginagamit siya for monitoring of records. Though before it was made available yung online application for salary loan dun sa ating online, dun sa mobile app, but for now parang naka-disable ata. So we're still working on incorporating other electronic services na pareho dun sa ating website for now na maging available din po dun sa ating mobile app. But for now, for monitoring of records din po yung sa mobile app natin. Thank you.
All right. And sir, another one po for SSS. Sir, pa-ask naman about voluntary application online if meron.
Okay. So for those of you, for example, who will be separated from employment and dun magko-continue ng contribution as voluntary member, there's no need for you to register para magbago yung inyong membership status, no? You just have to pay as voluntary member using the payment reference number or PRN, that's what we call, para dun sa posting ng contribution. And automatic yun, once posted yung contributions nila, mag-update yung membership status ninyo as voluntary member. So no application forms, na kailangan or online application, you just pay as voluntary member. Once posted, your membership status will also automatically be updated.
All right. Thank you, Sir Forty. Now for pag-ibig po, good afternoon. Just want to ask if in our family of four, we all have pag-ibig, can we borrow together in and the deduction will be divided among us?
Just want to clarify the question. Is it for housing loan or multipurpose loan?
Teacher Evelyn, you might want to clarify the question. Is this for housing loan po?
For housing loan po.
All right,
I
for
see.
housing.
Yes po, pwede yon, tax loan po. For applicable lang po siya for housing loan po. Pwede po.
All right. Pwede raw po, ma'am. Do you have any follow-up question po?
Wala na po. Thank you po.
All right, thank you. I have the next question from our chat box from teacher Rosie Manabat. I just want to ask if how much is the maximum amount I can borrow from Pag-ibig, or is it based on the period of my contribution? And one more thing, if the house I'm going to pay is not under my name. So yun po, and for Pag-ibig, Sir Jeric and Ma'am Sheng.
Okay, the maximum amount, sige ma'am.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
The maximum amount a member can borrow is 80%. That depends on the contribution that you have collected for a minimum of 24 months. But again, if you will be applying for multipurpose loan or calamity loan, still kung nag-top up ka po ng savings niyo, mas malaki po yung makukuha yung amount or mababorrow niyo po. And then for your housing loan, medyo marami lang pong requirements kapag hindi po under your name yung housing na kinuha niyo po. And that depends po sa ibibigay na requirements from the Mandaluyong, which is the main housing sector. So they are the ones responsible in processing your housing loan application. So if ever you pass it or you got approved, that's the only time that they will tell you additional requirements you need to submit on.
All right, sir. Thank you. Okay, next, sir, I applied online for the funeral benefit. After attaching and submitting the documents, there was a message like no result defined for action, com.sss.online funeral, something like that, and result log out. Does this mean it's not successful? What should I do next?
Okay, thank you po for that question. Now, I would advise to check na lang din po muna under inquiry dun sa benefits. If there would something like a funeral benefit application na magre-reflect under inquiry and benefits, check nyo po dun. Kung merong mag-prompt doon na merong filed funeral application, it means na nag-proceed, nag-push through yung initial attempt nila. If there's none, you can try to file it again online. Kung magkaroon pa rin po ng error, hindi talaga nagpo-proceed yung inyong funeral claim application online, you can report it to us, email online service assistance at sss.gov.ph. I'll be providing the email address in our chat facility later. Sobrang mabilis. Sorry. So, ayun po. You can report it to us, and also you can file pa din naman manual for now para sa funeral benefit. And also, sir, kanina may nakita din akong question. I forgot to mention, pagdating sa death benefit naman, okay, may nagtanong si Ma'am Julie din po atin nagtanong kanina. Pagdating sa death benefit, sa ngayon wala pa po tayong online application. So that's the only two benefits that we don't have yet an online application, disability and death benefit. So death benefit for now is manual application pa din. Thank you.
All right, thank you. We know, sir, you're not offering like webinars on a Saturday, pero susulitin na po namin. We still have lots of questions here in the chat box. Next po tayo. Good afternoon, sir, madam. With regards to MP2, is it possible for me to vary my contribution from time to time? For example, 10K for the first year, then 5K for the following year. Pwede daw
Yes,
po ba?
ma'am. Yes po, pwede po yun. Depende po yun sa inyo. Minsan po, hindi talaga siya fix. Minsan yung iba ginagawa nila, one time yung kanilang hulog or palaktaw-laktaw. So, depende po yun. Basta within 5 years po, makapaghulog po. Yun po ang pals po ni MP2.
Yes.
Alright.
Sir Alvin, add ko lang din po.
Sige po.
Regarding po dito sa variation ng contribution monthly, kasi CMP2 po, it is a personal savings. So it is not really mandatory na monthly ka magko-contribute or monthly ka magpipayment. So for MP2, since personal savings nga po siyang tinatawag, kung kailan ka lang may extra payment, but not lower than 500 pesos. So kung may extra income ka or extra money ka on that particular month, yes, pwede nyo pong ipasok anytime.
Alright po. Thank you. Next po, may dalawang nagtanong po, no? Both, how to avail Loyalty Plus card po sa Pag-ibig? Could we apply it online?
Bali sa ngayon po kasi, nag-cater po kami ng Loyalty Card Plus dito po sa branch on-site. So, bukas po ang pagtanggapan ng Pag-ibig para po sa mga gusto magpa-capture po ng Loyalty Card. However po, ngayon kasi naka-hold po yung aming deployment, yung off-site na tinatawag na yung kami pupunta sa company nyo para po makapture po lahat ng mga empleyado ninyo. So, yun po. Siguro po kapag okay na po, hindi na hold, maganda na rin ang ating sitwasyon, i-open po uli namin yung off-site po, deployment po. Yun. Pero sa ngayon po, pwede ho kayo magpunta rito, hindi ho masyadong matao, pero observe pa rin po natin yung ating protocol, safety protocol po, na sinet po ng IATF.
Alright, thank you. Next po, how about po for SSS? Makakakuha daw po ba ng ID now?
Okay, thank you for that. Well, sa ngayon po yung sa aming UMID card, no, it's temporarily suspended dahil din sa pandemic till further notice. But once it will be made available once again for our members, it will be announced din in our social media account. But for now, temporarily suspended pa po yung capturing natin for UMID. Anyway, pagdating naman sa pagki-claim ninyo kay SSS, if you don't have your UMID card or SSID card, you can present at least 2 valid IDs with photo and signature. That would suffice. Thank you.
Alright po. Next, pag mag-a-add po ba ng beneficiary via online na din po ba?
Sa akin po, no? Pagdating po sa adding of beneficiaries sa ngayon, no, manual pa din. We don't have yet that facility to add beneficiaries online. We're working on that. We're still studying kasi as much as possible, we would like to incorporate all transactions na online on our website. But for now, pag nag-add tayo ng beneficiaries, accomplish the Form E4, you can download po on our website. Attach po kayo ng copy ng birth certificate and through Dropbox, pwede nyo po ihulog sa Dropbox sa kahit saang pinakamalapit na SS office sa inyo. Thank you.
Alright, thank you po. Next po, we have a question from Ma'am Chona Batu. I'll just rephrase na lang po, no? Why is it my RGS pa? Or maybe what's the purpose of RGS po? Or Pag-ibig siguro?
For RGS, if I'm not mistaken, Ma'am Chona, correct me if I'm wrong, yan po ba yung tumatawag sa inyo? Nangungulit po para magbayad? Tama po?
Yes po, kulit ng kulit kahit wala naman utang, tawag ng tawag, email ng email, ganun. Kahapon nasa libing ako ng pamangkin ko, tawag sila ng tawag. Sabi ko, why don't you coordinate with Pag-ibig? Dapat sila kinukulit nyo, wag ako. Kasi updated naman ang housing loan ko. Tapos tawag sila ng tawag kahit sabihin kong bayad na ako, kahit pinadala ko na yung proof of payment ko. Kasi Pag-ibig always sends yung acknowledgement text na once you pay, di ba, nagte-text ang Pag-ibig na they have received. Kahit pinadala ko na, nangungulit pa rin sila. Kahapon naglilibing kami ng pamangkin ko, kinukulit niya ako. At bastos pa yung huling tumawag sa akin. Di ba nakaka-high blood yun? Thank you po.
I see, Ma'am Chona, and we really do apologize for the inconvenience or for the rudeness that you have experienced. But regarding this matter, we can raise it onwards to our management, and then we can just simply ask what's the purpose of them calling you multiple times, even if you already settled the transaction.
Yes, can
So
you
for
terminate their service? Wala naman silang silbi eh. Sorry for my word.
unfortunately, ma'am, we don't have the power to do that. But as me, the representative of Pag-ibig Fund Binondo, I can just raise it to the management so that they can address it.
Thank you.
You're welcome, ma'am. And
Alright.
again, we really do apologize for what happened.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you. Next, we have another question here. Please ask Pag-ibig about sa request po ng ESAV. ESAV? ESAV? I have been requesting the copy po online a couple of times kasi di raw po sila nagre-release since pandemic. Pero wala pa rin po hanggang ngayon. Ano po kayang pwedeng gawin?
Okay, ma'am, sorry, yung nag-question po. Ano pong pangalan, Sir Aldrin? Sorry.
Sir Marco.
Okay, Sir Marco, regarding the request for the ESAV, we don't do we're not accommodating the request of ESAV here in the branch. What we only accommodate here is or are the payment transaction, check releasing by schedule, and also the loyalty card plus. But you can also email us with this email address I will be sending here through our group chat, binondo.ms@pagibigfund.com. So we can send you your copy. That's
Alright
the
po.
other option para po makakuha po kayo ng copy ng contribution, sir.
Thank you, sir. Next po.
Bali, add ko lang po.
Sige po.
Sorry
Sure, ma'am.
Oo,
No
pasensya
problem.
na ako kasi limited lang po ang sinet kasi rin ng aming management ng transaction sa lahat ng branches. Lalo ngayon, naka-MECQ pa rin tayo. So, pero kapag lifted naman na po at medyo maluwag-luwag, pwede ho kayo mag-drop by sa office. So, para po dun sa concern nyo, sir, pilitin po namin magawan po ng action ito. Mabigyan po namin kayo ng isang kahit po through email lamang. Thank you.
Thank you po. Alright. Next po tayo for SSS.
Sir, good afternoon ulit.
Yes
Okay.
po, Doc Neri.
Nak.
Yes
Just
po.
to
Go ahead.
show them that we in Chiangkai-shek have always been fair in love and war. So the one that was telling us na the rudeness of one of your employees. Ako naman napakaganda ng karanasan ko. There was only one visit. SSS Tambo. I spent less than 45 minutes. I brought with me the required document.
All right. So, yeah. So what she wants to tell us po is mabilis po ang kanyang naging process when she was processing her documents po, no? So, ayun po. Let's move on. Thank you, Doc Mary. Let's move on to the next one. Please ask SSS. I have a sister paying voluntary contribution but na-stop because nag-pandemic. The last payment she made was January 2020 kasi quarterly dapat. Next is April 2020. Kaso pandemic na di nabayaran. Can she continue her payment pa din?
Alright. Good question, and I appreciate for those members natin that they would really like continue their contributions with SSS kasi para din naman sa kanila yon, and then for the continuous availment of full benefits that we offer like sickness and other benefits, pero wag naman sana, no? Now, for that question, pwede pa rin naman magpatuloy ng kanyang contribution, but unfortunately, ano na tayo, from the current period onwards na, prospective na. Since I believe kasi you've mentioned, sir, na 2020 pa yung last. So,
January
current na lang po.
2020 po.
Yes, current na lang po, yung current period onwards. Pero pwede pa rin pong ipagpatuloy as voluntary yung contribution. There's no problem with that po.
Alright. So malinaw po,
Okay.
pwede po pong ituloy ang
Yes, sir.
contribution.
Sir
Yes, Doc
Aldrin,
Mary?
just so to continue, just for them to understand that we've always been balanced in everything that we really would present. Like what was mentioned by Sir Jeric, I have a very wholesome relationship with the Pag-ibig employees here at Tambo, Paranaque. I remember the name of the employee, and she is the head then. And after less than 45 hours, I was given the sort of a particular receipt what to follow, to be able to get my pension. It took me around a week to be able to get the pension. And so out of gratitude, I brought a very simple token, siguro isang 350 lang na Kentucky Fried Chicken. You know, I was not able to give it to her from the guard. They were telling, no thank you gift policy po. We cannot accept that. At totoo ha, talagang we are doing this for our members. Talagang kahit anong pilit, they did not accept. So ako, ang ganda ng experience ko sa inyo. And for that, dahil na yung pangalan niya. Pag-ibig, Tambo, Paranaque. Salamat.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And we
Thank
really
you,
appreciate
ma'am.
that.
All right. And we would also like to thank you also kasi po, as you all know, we are asking for their we are asking na babigyan natin silang tatlo today ng ating a token of appreciation, although they really emphasize the no gift policy, kaya hindi po tayo makapagpadala ng ating way of appreciation. But really thank
Totoo
you
yan.
po. And pasensya na po, marami po pong tanong na dumadating. Ito lang po kasi din ang time namin na nagkakaroon ng contact sa SSS and Pag-ibig. So, Ma'am Venus Lientada, you were raising your hand a while ago.
Okay. This is just a sharing siguro of what happened to my salary loan sa SSS. Okay. It's not a question actually. Gusto ko lang pong i-share. I availed for a salary loan sometime in 2016. Then I forgot to submit the slip attached to the check. Di ba? Pinabalik po yon. So, and then there was no deduction done for the first 6 months. Tapos tinawag ako ng attention by one personnel in our HR, and then she advised me to increase my payment instead of 1,400 per month for 24 months, ginawa naming 2,000. So I was able to pay all naman lahat, pati yung interest and the principal. And then after 6 months siguro or after a month, kasi late yung posting sa SSS, di ba? I was told na may balance pa rin ako. So I didn't have time to go to the SSS. She asked me to go to the SSS. And then nakita yung utang ko, it's amounting to about 4,000 yata. That was before the pandemic, or 5,000. And then nakakuha na naman ako ng notice from our HR na yung utang ko umabot na yata ng 8,000. So I was waiting for a condonation, wala naman po. And then last March or April, nagbayad na po ako ng 8,200. Bali po yun yung pinaka-charge or pinaka-penalty. Siguro this is a lesson. Nakalimutan ko kasing isubmit. So imagine I was able to pay lahat ng niloan ko, pati yung interest, and nag-incur siya ng 8,000 plus na interest for not paying for the first 6 months. Samantalang in-increase naman po yung monthly payment ko to 2,000 instead of 1,400. Yun po. Kaya lang na parang napakalaki lang yung interest. Okay, yun lang po. It's just a share.
If I can address that case, no, most likely po yung nag-build up doon is the penalty. Kasi yung ayun nga, meron tayong penalty ng 1% per month for every past due. So most likely after then though na double, and I hope na settle po ba yun like within the 24 monthly amortization period, yung first fixed interest. If hindi din kasi, if it extended during for the first 24 monthly amortization, magkakaroon siya additional interest. So any talaga unsettled loan obligation, ayun, mag-incur siya ng penalty dahil dun sa past due. And may nag-PM kasi kaninang question sa akin regarding loan, i-address ko na lang din po, isahang ano na lang. So for those, so for any unpaid loan obligations, no, if may mga hindi tayo nabayaran and then nag-file na tayo ng final claim natin kay SSS, like for example, retirement, total disability or death, it will be deducted in full. So ayun nga, with this online naman na platform na meron na tayo mga online account, mas maganda na i-monitor din natin, no, if we have existing loan, and if we have existing loan recently approved, please don't forget to mention it on your HR para mag-resume then or mag-start then yung deduction for the payment of loan. Again, any unpaid loan obligation, it will be deducted in full dun sa inyo pong final benefit under SSS. Thank you.
All right, thank you po. Next, ano po tayo for the next question? Paano daw po makapag-register sa SSS online? if yung mobile number po is not registered as per the email na na-receive niya po from SSS.
Okay, good question, no? Pag nag-register tayo dun sa ating website, there are actually 8 options to create an online account. If you are an employed member, the easiest way for you po to create an online account is to use the SSS number of your company, employer ID number. That's the easiest way if you are an employed member. If you are an individually paying member, like a voluntary na nagbabayad ng contributions gamit ang payment reference number, you can use that payment reference number to register or create an online account. Again, if you are employed, the easiest way is to register or to use your employer's SSS number. Thank you.
Alright po, thank you. Next po tayo. Let us say a person will work in the government and becomes a member of GSIS. Can that member continue po sa contribution ng SSS as voluntary?
Ayun, good question, no? Parang sila Ma'am Marie siguro nagvo-voluntary din kay SSS kung nagtrabaho dati ng private, no? And yeah, that's correct. If you've been employed before in a private sector and now working in a public sector, nasa government na kayo, you can continue paying your contribution as voluntary kay SSS. And by the time comes, on your retirement, you can avail pension under SSS and pension under GSIS.
GSIS.
Let's call it.
So both
Yes.
po, no? Okay
Both,
po.
yes.
Next po, may possibility pa din po kaya na magkaroon ng ulit ng loan restructuring or condonation program, or after ilang years pa po kaya ang need hintayin, since sir already mentioned that SSS is just waiting for some approval, if I heard it right.
Ayun. Actually, ang nangyayari po dun sa condonation program, no, we always recommend it to the Office of the President, pero nasa authority pa din ng President of the Philippines to allow us to grant a condonation program. Kung maaalala nyo din, the last time that we had a condonation program, kasama namin ata si Pag-ibig doon. Kasi the directive, like it was 2017, if I'm not mistaken, nagkaroon po din ng condonation ng 2017. So, directive from the Office of the President na magkaroon ng condonation for those unsettled loans. So ngayon wala pa rin pong balita. Kung sakali man po, we'll be announcing it in our social media accounts.
All right. Sir, another one for SSS. Where can I get PRN number?
Okay. In securing PRN or payment reference number, if you are an individually paying member, pwede po kayo through text, yung sa text SSS. You can call our hotline at 81455. Kaya lang, yung office namin yun is 8 to 5 lang. Or you can email, may sinend akong email address dito po, yung prnhelpline at sss.gov.ph. So through text, through our hotline, or through email for you to secure your payment reference number. Meron po dito ang prnhelpline at sss.gov.ph. Thank you.
Alright, thank you po. And yun na lang po din po kasi may nagtanong po kanina sa question din po natin sa chat box kung saan daw po ang best email na pagtanungan for the SSS. So ayun po, sir, pakilagay na lang din po sa chat, no, para ma-take note po nila.
Sige po,
Ma'am and
lalagyan ko na
sir.
lang po ng
Salamat
label
po.
per issue kumbaga for online
Alright.
related. Sige, compile ko po
Thank
dito
you
sa ating
po.
chat.
Thank you very much po. Next po, I just want to clarify, punta po tayo sa Pag-ibig. Paano po ipaprocess if i-divide yung loan? Does it have to be blood related or strictly family member po?
Ngayon po kasi sa inaalaw na rin po kahit hindi blood related po yung sa housing po. Meron po silang guidelines na kahit po kaibigan or hindi basta hindi kamag-anak, inaalaw na rin po. Yun,
Okay
for
po.
housing po. Thank you.
And ma'am, if one person is paying po for 15 years, approximately how much can I borrow from housing loan for housing
Actually,
loan?
okay, ang housing kasi natin, depende po kasi yung evaluation nila. So hindi ko po kayo mabibigyan ng amount. For further evaluation po yan, then magbe-base po yan sa net take home pay, sa capacity ng member, tsaka po dun sa appraise po kung ano po yung value. Appraise value po ng property. So medyo madugo po kasi ang housing eh. So hindi po ako makakapagbigay, pasensya na ng amount.
Okay
Yun po.
Sige po.
Thank you.
And thank you din, Sir Jeric. Sir Jeric, if you can see po sa ating chat box, iniwan po ni Sir Jeric ang binondo@pagibigfund.gov.ph. So if you have queries daw po, you can send your email there.
Just to answer Jan Alvin, you
Sige
can
po.
use these two emails for your inquiries and concerns and even your request with the use of binondo.ms@pagibigfund.gov.ph and also binondo at pagibigfund.gov.ph. So that's considered two departments who will handle your concerns.
All right. So for the sake daw po of those who do not have Zoom and weren't able to come here right now, ipopost po ba natin ito sa ating um, Facebook account? Attorney Chan answered already in the chat box. This will be posted in the official CKSE YouTube account po. So para ma-backtrack nyo rin po yung discussion natin. Next po, for Pag-ibig again, how long should the contribution be in Pag-ibig to qualify for housing loan?
Okay, at least 24 monthly contribution po. Active contributing member po. At least 2 years po. Same thing
Alright.
po dun sa ating MPL. At least 2 years. Thank you.
Ayan po. So, meron pa po tayong questions and I'm going to read it pa po. Sa totoo lang, since December nagwe-webinar po kami, ngayon lang po kami binaha ng ganito karaming questions. So, very timely and relevant, no? So, sige po, next po tayo. Ilang taon po ba ang contribution ng member para magkaroon ng pension? This is for SSS. My mother stopped the contribution after 10 years dahil yun daw po ang sabi. Totoo po ba?
Okay, now, yung minimum required natin, number of contributions for a member to qualify for a monthly pension is correct, 120 months, equivalent to 10 years. But that is only the minimum requirement to qualify for pension. Tandaan natin na yung amount of pension, it will still depend on the number of months and the amount of contributions na binayad natin. So mas maganda, mas maraming contributions can have a bigger consideration in determining the amount of a bigger range of consideration for determining amount of pension. But kung yun nga gusto lamang na ma-meet yung 120 months to qualify for pension, okay lang naman. Kaya lang, let me just elaborate this one no, para mas ma-clarify din yung mga members natin. No. Now, for example, mas maaga kayong nakompleto ninyo yung contributions ninyo, 120 months for like at the age of 40 years old. Voluntary member kayo. Now, you stop continuing your contribution kasi secured na ninyo yung pension pagdating ng 60 years old. Diba? So, majority yun yung ginagawa. Now, what if after 2 years, wag naman sana, you get sick? Pagdating sa sickness benefit, we require recent contributions. So yun naman yung magiging effect. You may not be able to avail of the mga short-term benefits natin like yung sickness or maternity benefit kasi it requires recent contributions. Pero pagdating sa retirement, goods na yan din kasi qualified na kayo for a monthly pension. So yun yung effect din.
Okay po,
Thank
you. Now for Pag-ibig, if I'm being a contributor for 15 years, what are the requirements if I intended to withdraw? How long will it take po?
Good question. For 15 years, you have to have at least 180 months of total contribution. But again, dito po papasok yung kaninang pinag-uusapan natin regarding din sa gaps. So sa 15 years po na maturity natin, dapat total 180 months, walang mintis po sa paghuhulog, and dapat po walang loan application. So technically, kapag meron ka po nung dalawa na yun, nag-apply ka po for 180 months, automatically decline.
Okay po, thank you. Next. One question here for Pag-ibig again, maybe for housing again. No? Medyo marami tayong questions for housing. She applied for a loan 30 years to pay for 9K per month, 9,000 per month. When she calculated it, it is approximately 4 million. Sa document po ng developer, if 20K per month ang babayaran, it will only equate to 2.5 million. Ask lang po niya if may chance pa na mag-adjust ang 4 million if 20K ang ibabayad niya per month.
Actually, yung monthly amortization, nakadepende po siya dun sa repricing na pinili po ni member. So technically, mababago lang po yung monthly amortization if in case na binago nyo rin po yung repricing period.
Alright, so pwede po ba yon? Ina-apply po ba yon kapag magpapabago kayo ng monthly nyo? Siguro para mas matapos ng mas maaga or mas lumiit yung interest?
Yes po. Actually, makikipag-coordinate na po kayo dun sa main housing branch or sector, which is the Mandaluyong branch. So they will be the one to cater your transactions or inquiries and other related concerns with regards to housing.
Alright. So, ayun po, mukhang wala na po tayong question sa ating chat box. At last, we have exhausted everything. Thank you po. Again, thank you, thank you. It's very informative and you've helped a lot of teachers by answering their queries din po.